This week we continue our journey up the Shropshire Union Canal, having left Chester, and are now heading towards Ellesmere Port and the National Waterways Museum. But things don't go smoothly, and we encounter large clumps of Pennywort weed, which get more and more prevalent the further up the canal we go. After a peaceful night at the abandoned golf course, it was now time to demoor and continue our journey up the Shropshire Union Canal to Ellesmere Port and the National Waterways Museum. Well, good morning everybody. We've just spent the night here just past Bridge 131 on visitor moorings there by the boat, just the other side of that boat, and now we're continuing our journey towards Ellesmere Port. But today we're going to try and stop by the zoo today. We're not due into the museum until tomorrow because they're closed today, so there's no point going up there today. So we're just going to have a little cruise this morning, find a mooring near the zoo, and then tomorrow we'll head up into the museum. So enjoy the cruise today, folks. Yes, isn't it? Maybe it was along this bit that we moored.
No, because it's near enough to the bridge.
I think I mentioned this last time we were up. You can't really see them because of the undergrowth, but there's definitely one there, two there, on that side, and I think you'll find the other three are on that side.
I think there's more than 5.
But yeah, there is actually 5. It's a lovely little bit of the canal.
Quite high.
Interestingly, as you can see, it's actually built on a skew. So the brickwork there must have taken some doing.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 that side.
There you can see the other arches. There's actually 5 on that bank. And they've been doing a lot of tree clearance.
Yeah, they have.
So that's interesting. You can actually see them now.
The work that went into those.
Yeah, the work that went into building that bridge. Incredible. Swallows and swifts though.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera will pick them up actually, they're too quick I think.
All the bulrushes. As a kid I can remember going and collecting all the bulrushes from the land opposite where we lived.
As we're progressing further along the canal, we're finding this type of weed, I think it's Pennywort, is starting to become quite prevalent. We've already had to steer past 2 big clumps of it, and now it's starting to form on the offside. This is Bridge 134, or as it's known locally, Pretty Bridge, and it's unusual along this stretch of the canal. Apart from the modern concrete road bridges built in the 20th century, all the other bridges over the canal serving local villages and farms are brick-built single arch bridges. This is the one and only iron bridge between Chester and Ellesmere Port, hence its name, Pretty Bridge. Well, it's been a relatively short cruise this morning. We've just moored down by Chester Zoo, the bridge there. If we turn left where that gentleman's going and follow the road up, that takes you into the zoo. But for those of you who watch our live feed, you might hear the animals because we are really close to the back of the zoo. So, but there you are. We're stopping here tonight, and then tomorrow we make it into the museum. Getting large clumps of Pennywort floating past the boat. Now this is a highly invasive weed, and if unchecked it grows 20 centimetres a day, and at the rate this is growing it will have choked off this section of the canal by the end of the season unless it's dealt with. It is going to be a real problem later in the year. And this is just one of many islands that are floating past the boat at the moment. Well, after a very peaceful night here at what's known locally as Pretty Bridge, it is Bridge 134, or Corgle Bridge as its proper name, we're now moving on and heading down into the National Waterways Museum. It's a bit of a grey overcast morning, but there is blue sky around, so hopefully it will stay dry. But very quiet night. We could hear the monkeys and the lions occasionally in the zoo, very faintly. So that was interesting. But yeah, enjoyed a cruise this morning, folks. It's about a 2-hour cruise. There's no locks, but we do have 3 to deal with when we get in the museum. But more on that later. So enjoy the cruise. I have a feeling this boat isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's been there a while. And this pipe bridge is part of the oil industry and is known as the United Kingdom Crude Oil Pipeline. Various petroleum products, not just crude, are pumped from this point all over the UK. You can just make out the pumping station through the trees there. But it takes 2 weeks for the product to leave here and reach the north of England. This road here, the noisy road, is the M53. Now we're coming to a stretch where the M53 joins with the M56. And I think that's the M56 just up ahead.
Yep, it is the next bridge.
Yep, Chris has just confirmed that. Yeah. Some nice graffiti on the wall there. Whether you agree with it is another matter. And the road up ahead is the M56, and not far from here is the junction where the M53 meets it. We're now passing through the village of Stoke. I don't know if you can see the church tower behind the trees there. But the church is quite unique in this area, in as much as the clock on the tower doesn't have minute hands, it only has hour hands. And we used to be able to see that from the refinery when I worked there, but obviously the trees have grown now. Unfortunately we can't see the clock face from this angle, because it's only on the 2 sides that we can't see. Way over in the distance there on the horizon is Helsby Hill. It's quite a high point for the Cheshire Plains. I had just said to Chris, I wonder where the Pennywort Islands that had floated by yesterday had got to. Well, here's your answer. It's here. They've all amassed under this bridge, and I'm just taking it nice and slow through. I've got some wrapped around the bow by the look of it now, but not a lot I can do about that until I'm clear of it, and then I can try and break it off. The main thing is it doesn't foul the prop. Not the prettiest of sights, but this is the Westwater Treatment Works. It's a huge sewage farm, massive.
It doesn't smell.
But interestingly, yes, there is no smell. Concentrate now, because the Pennywort is getting a bit ridiculous in places now. So I'm going to have to put the camera down and concentrate on what I'm doing. Well, we've managed to negotiate our way through all the Pennywort, and as you can see behind me, the canal's relatively clear now. There's still Pennywort down the sides, and there's occasional clumps in the canal, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere near as bad here. So I think it was probably collecting on that point, because it was on a bend and quite sheltered there. So, but hopefully now we'll be weed free for the rest of the trip. Let's see, shall we? Last time I came up here it was stringweed, and it was like a thick carpet, and I actually ran aground on top of it in the middle of the canal, but I don't think we'll have that problem this time, but we'll see. We're not far from the museum, probably about half a mile, and this area here used to be old derelict warehousing, and the last time I came through here it was really derelict, but now look at it, being rejuvenated with all nice new modern housing. What a change. Well, that's it, we're almost at the museum now, not quite. We're just going under the M53 at the moment, but we have picked up an extra member of crew. It's Kev.
Hi everybody.
Those of you that watch the live feed will know Kev is the husband of Joe Doyle. So he's come to help us down through the locks this morning, so we're really grateful for that, especially with Chris being having just not long out of hospital, so that'll be good. So there we go. So we just have to take it nice and slow.
You've got a big, high lump of weed.
I know, I don't know how we get around that.
Just gonna have to
Go through it.
push through it. But you've got a high lump of like reed and stuff right on the bow.
Yeah. Ah, the little blue one is on the closed lock. The lock that's open is to the right, behind those two on the right. That's the difference.
Yeah, the other one's still there on this side.
Yeah. I don't know how we get around that big truck. You can go close into the boats and try and push it to one side. Hopefully. This is ridiculous, isn't it?
It is, it's really good. I've never seen it this well. Well, we've had a lot of rain, haven't we, as well, so
yeah,
pushing it down.
Right, well hopefully that big truck's going to come down the left-hand side here.
It's not going to push it.
Yeah, it's going to push it out. Just got it down the left-hand side, so it's good. I don't know what I've got on the bow at the moment.
God, look at it in front of the gates.
There's another one. Oh God, good God, yeah, it's in front of
in
me.
front of the gate.
It's a good job then
least
that
I
you
can get in
walked
on
back,
the
because
inside
the other
gate.
place pickup was here, which we wouldn't
No,
have
you
been
wouldn't have
able
got.
to done.
That's why I walked down.
Yeah.
I've seen that boat before. I've seen that.
Yeah,
This one was big down. They're all been down in the basin. Right, what I'm going to try and do, come round to the right, Chris, and then turn the bow in. Do you want to go down the front?
Yeah.
And
You're all right there.
you're all right there for a minute. Let me get moored up, and then we'll worry
Go
about
from there. What we're going to do.
what we're going to do.
Mum's gone down there. Are you going
Yeah,
with
do
her?
you want to lift him down?
Come on.
And,
Do you want to go down with Mum?
he can go down.
Oh, do you want to go follow Mum? Look at the swans and the babies.
Yeah, babies, yeah. Lots of swans around, right?
5 babies.
Right, in you go, Smudge. Go on, in. Well, that's it for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed our cruise up to Ellesmere Port. Join us next week as we battle even further with the weed to try and get down into the Waterways Museum basin, where we'll be doing a guided tour around the basin and a little bit of its history. If you enjoyed the vlog, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of the vlogs, please smash the subscribe button, and to get notified of further vlogs, just hit the bell icon and you'll be notified as soon as we release a new vlog. It's all free and doesn't cost you anything. And we'll see you next time on Life on Board AmyJo. Bye.